Meteorologist Mallory Snell is going to give us another update here on Hurricane Erin. What a storm to watch here. You know, it goes to show you the power of these hurricanes. That they're correct. This hurricane never did come on shore.
No.
But look at all the havoc it did cause all up and down the way there.
Right. As you mentioned,
goes right up to Nova Scotia.
It's just a large storm. So the wind field is so expansive, and obviously the impacts being felt all along the East Coast with the rip current risk and the beach erosion as well.
Well, and so many of these areas depend on the big Labor Day weekend coming up next week for the end of summer tourism boost. I'm sure they're glad this hurricane's going to be gone by then.
Yes, yeah. There's going to be some cleanup to do, especially in the Outer Banks kind of areas. But thankfully, this is jutting out to sea, and it's moving very quickly. So as it stands right now, Hurricane Erin, yes, still a Category 2 storm there. Winds are still at 100 miles per hour, so it's not weakening all too much just yet, but it's picking up movement speed. So it's moving a lot quicker, moving toward the east-northeast around 22 miles per hour. You can see the latest track from the National Hurricane Center has it weakening to a Category 1 overnight, skirting by Canada, and then continuing to move northeastward and just being flung out into the open sea there this weekend. Big picture view of the satellite and radar. Obviously, you can still see it on the satellite there, and you can even pick up some of the rain bands on the nearest radar around New York and Boston. Now, back in the southeast, they're seeing some showers and thunderstorms. The front that rolled through the other day is keeping any kind of moisture far down to our south and southeast. So we are dry here in Kentuckiana. It's been a quiet day. You might have seen a couple of sprinkles. We did have that very slight chance with that thick cloud cover today. But clouds have been breaking apart over the last couple of hours, and we are expecting mostly clear skies overnight. All in all, our 7-day forecast is looking pretty quiet and very dry. So if you've been wanting more rain, unfortunately, I don't really have that for you in our 7-day forecast. A very slight chance this weekend. But if you've been wanting a car wash, obviously good weather for that. And we're going to warm up slightly Friday and Saturday into the mid to upper 80s, still in the low to mid 80s on Sunday before that big drop off arrives next week with our next front rolling through. So our humidity tracker will also be impacted. So we are still dealing with dew points in the 60s, still a lot more comfortable than those dew points in the 70s that we felt for much of the summer. But take a look at this, that big drop off really Monday through much of next week. That is all thanks to the front that's going to move through on Sunday. So that is going to drop our humidity substantially. And just a reminder for weather, your temperature cannot drop past the dew point. So we need those dew points to drop so our temperatures can drop. This will allow overnight lows to dip down into the 50s. And that's why we have such a big swath of below normal temperatures for your 6 to 10 day outlook. This has us with high temperatures in the 70s and overnight lows in the 50s. For several days next week. Now for tonight, clouds will continue to break apart. That should allow temperatures to drop down to the 60s. If we do get lighter wind speeds, that could allow for some patchy fog to form in spots overnight, so we'll have to watch that closely. But it's been breezy enough lately that air should stay fairly mixed. Heading into tomorrow, you can see high temperatures back into the 80s area-wide. That's because we are expecting more sunshine tomorrow. Winds should be a little bit lighter coming in from the northeast, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. But all in all, fantastic weather for high school football tomorrow night, starting off in the 80s, cooling off into the 70s, and then eventually overnight Friday night into the 60s. We do warm up on Saturday. That should be the warmest day. That's out ahead of our next front. So 89, that's still near our climate normal, not quite 90 degrees there. We have just a very slight chance of seeing a shower or storm with this front. I think most of us will be staying dry. Best chance really staying more so in south central Kentucky and eastern Kentucky if we see anything late Saturday into very early Sunday. Otherwise, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, looking fantastic. Highs in the upper 70s with overnight lows in the 50s.